In today's video, we will be spending more than 24 hours inside an abandoned asylum built in the 1800s. We will be setting up camp, barricading ourselves from coyotes, making dinner, and hunkering down on a cold winter's night. The asylum we are visiting today is not like modern hospitals. This is more of a city. Over 50 buildings on the campus, it was a complete self-sustaining community. Today's adventure takes us to an asylum built in 1873 located off the Hudson River in New York. The castle-like hospital adopted its name, Hudson River State Hospital. The asylum design is also important to know because it was monumental at the time. The design style was known as the Kirkbride Plan. The Kirkbride Plan was a system of mental asylum design advocated by American psychiatrist Thomas Story Kirkbride. The features of the hospital were contingent with his beliefs of healing the mentally ill, with exposure of natural light and air circulation, a rather different approach compared to facilities that were made for the same purpose around the same time. And patients enjoyed being cared for inside Kirkbride asylums. Also, it was the first institutional building in U.S. history designed in high Victorian Gothic style. The typical floor plan with long rambling wings arranged in echelon, staggered so each connected wing received sunlight and fresh air. This was meant to promote privacy and comfort for the patients. In the front of the Kirkbride is the administrative building, and to the left and right of it were each of the patient wings, one for male and the other female, all connected. From its opening in 1873, the Kirkbride buildings here at Hudson River remained open for over 100 years before closing its doors permanently. Moving patients to modern buildings on the campus, this all started when age started to reveal itself inside the old Kirkbride. A fire in the 1960s almost spread its way to the center admin building, caused severe structural damage, and would eventually lead to the closing of the two patient wings for good in the 1970s. And since then, time has stood still inside these walls, and as time passes, pieces of the building crumble away, losing its beauty year after year to the testament of time. And that's why we are spending the night here, in this beautiful campus built over 250 years ago. If you guys enjoy this explore, leave a thumbs up, and let's go have a good time. Alright, in the complete wilderness now. Been taking these little paths, you can't even really see them, but we're walking to this asylum here. Carrying about 45 pounds of gear. Try to make it as light as possible. I got some meal preps for tonight, just some warm ramen noodles, some oatmeal for the morning, some hot chocolate, simple stuff. But we're heading to a beautiful asylum, one that I've documented a little bit on my channel, but not fully, and at least not with the very high definition camera. The last video I did of this place was in 2018, and a lot has changed since then, including the seasons. And I wanted to visit this place in the fall so badly because the mix of the red brick, the old Victorian Gothic style, and the season is just a recipe for beauty. So we're almost there. What's up, bro?
What's up? Good to see you.
Good to see you too. You got your gear?
Yes, I do.
Nice.
Not a very great bag, but I'm gorgeous.
It does the trick though.
It does.
All right, we finally made it to the most beautiful abandoned asylum that I know about. So this place is like a war zone. Buildings have been abandoned since the 70s, and nature has taken its toll, along with fires. This building is beyond repair, but the exterior beauty we're going to be looking at is amazing.
Crew jackets, so I have a long johns underneath these.
Yeah, I brought some extra because it's going to get really cold tonight.
The foliage is kind of dying now.
I know.
It was a few weeks ago.
Still so impressive. The brick is just so beautiful. You can see the details. All the windows here, you could see it a little bit, but they had stained glass on them. There's a little bit of yellow gold stained glass there. But this hospital primarily treated patients with natural remedies, such as natural light, just beauty in the environment, and these psychiatric buildings, which had huge 15-foot ceilings, ornate designs, and, you know, definitely different from the other version of psychiatric research, which is just basically imprisonment. And these buildings were built in the 1890s, so super marvelous buildings. We're gonna keep walking around. We're gonna get to the porch where we're gonna be sleeping, and we'll check out some more of this place before the sun goes down. There's a buck just running through the field there.
It scared me.
I just missed it too. You see his tail going. Is there another one?
You hear that?
Yeah, there might be more deer.
That was on the building. Something on the roof.
Really? Oh no.
Probably just a chipmunk or something.
Yeah, the deer would have been spooked earlier if it was a human. Yeah, but this is one of the courtyards. You could see a lot of the damage here. I mean, it really looks like a war zone. I'm really trying to get close to that building there. All right, we're finally inside some buildings. Luca over here did a great service to this psychiatric center.
Of course.
This little operation exam chair was covered in graffiti, and Luca and his friend Joe removed all of the graffiti.
We did. We used some goof off and just spent like 20 minutes just going at it, and it looks really good.
Yeah, what is this? Probably like stainless steel. Looks beautiful. Looks brand new. Sitting in this abandoned asylum for 40 years.
It's so weird carrying this big bag for her. I just try to hold on here. Just stay on this part.
Yeah.
Plank. Please get back.
Really sketchy floors, guys.
There's admin. Oh, that sunset's so good.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sunset. We got to get to the roof. Found a little exercise physical therapy bike here in the basement.
Kind of messed up, but we'll try.
Wow.
See?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Woo.
Still cool.
Still works.
Still kind of works.
Yeah.
Made it.
All right. So this is the porch we're going to be calling home tonight. We're gonna have a pretty good view of the sunrise over on this end. The sun sets behind the building, but we're gonna put our gear down, get rid of all this weight, and go head on the roof for this sunset before we set up camp.
This is home.
Nice shelter. I have a tarp in case of wind. We could put it up against the screen here.
Perfect.
But it feels good in here. There's no wind.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. We're gonna strap our hammocks to the caging and we're gonna have a good night. Yeah, the floors are horrible. Here's some of the stained glass I was talking about. Thomas Kirkbride, the architect who designed not only this asylum, but many asylums like this, use stained glass, big open rooms to make the patients feel at home. It's already getting pretty dark. Where should I step? On the wood?
Yeah, try to step where the ladder is, the broken ladder, and really light it. There you go. Jesus.
It's officially nighttime here. We're gonna head back to the campsite in the dark, set up camp, avoid some pretty deathly holes here, and warm up a bit.
I'm also holding my tripod and my camera.
I know, it's really sketchy.
Yep. And then I'm stepping to that.
I know, there's a huge ravine behind you.
Yeah. Oh shit. It's getting worse and worse too.
Yeah, it's gonna be non-accessible soon.
Every time.
So I'm sleeping in a hammock tonight, but Luca, he's a man of the environment.
This is a mattress that was already here, so this is gonna at least like keep it a little bit covered.
Yeah, what you're trying to do is just not get any nastiness on you.
I don't want any like asbestos or anything to get onto me.
Yeah.
And then that is just another shitty blanket.
Because the wind's coming this way, we tuck it a little bit.
Smart.
Oh, we're golden.
Hell yeah. Perfect.
It looks good to me.
It does. I hope we survive this night.
I think we will. We're
There
in
we
a pretty
go.
good spot. There's like no wind.
Yeah, we're good. We also have this part of the building blocking us still.
Yeah. Okay, now it's time for me to set up my things. My bag was pretty simple today. I fit everything I needed to. Just got some camping set up, propane, stove in there, and a hammock. We're gonna string this thing up on these little gated porches here. And we should have a really good night. It's a pretty cold and windy one. When we were on the roof, we were shivering. Once we got into this porch, there's no wind. So it's gonna be a really comfortable night, despite going down to 38. We're gonna have a good time. All right. Now that the hammock's set up, I'm gonna get out the sleeping bag. I got all this stuff on Amazon, and I paid under I'm gonna say like $100 for it. So if you want to get things like this for an adventure for yourself, have $100 and you can get some pretty high quality stuff. This sleeping bag goes down to apparently 0 degrees. We're gonna see how good it is. These are videos that I'm gonna start doing on my channel. Camping videos inside of abandoned locations, because I'm looking for something different when it comes to exploring. I've been doing it for a really long time. Not that I'm tired of documenting these places, but I'm just dying for new experiences. And camping, being close to the buildings like this and seeing them in different ways is what I'm really into. So hopefully you guys are into this type of journey, these type of videos, because there's gonna be a lot more to come with new adventures that I wouldn't normally do. So let's put this inside and hunker down. Let me show you guys the completed night setup. It is completely pitch dark. This light is blinding me. Otherwise, I really can't see anything. It's gonna be a really peaceful night. Not really any outside noise from the city. Kind of just in complete darkness, so it's gonna be full ASMR the whole night. We got the setup here. Got my hammock. My bag is all hung up. If we go around here, you can see I have my sleeping bag set up inside. And, you know, I should be sleeping pretty good. Nice and cozy. Got the bug net. And we have plenty of food. We're gonna make some ramen, nice and warm. Not gonna have it yet, but we're gonna have it soon. Oh, I see your light. Luke is exploring in the dark. Here's his finalized setup he's having. Just a Asylum mattress, tarp, and a sleeping bag and a pillow. Pretty simple. You don't really need a lot of stuff to have a good time here. Hey, there you are.
What's up?
Oh, you're walking the plank, huh?
I hate doing this. I'm already here though. Damn. Look at that.
That's quite the drop. That goes straight to the basement.
Yeah. It feels sturdy when you're doing it, but that's not going to last too much longer.
Mm-hmm. A lot of this asylum is already destroyed, like you've seen, but you could see the ornate details, especially in this tin ceiling. You could see the details all around here. And this place is just falling apart. Once beautiful asylum, just crumbling. Luckily, we're here to admire it before it's fully collapsed on itself. Let's see, let's test it out. Let's see how comfy it is. I want you to rate it.
Alright. Because it's a state hospital mattress.
Yeah.
From Hudson. Dude, that's actually like not bad. What the hell?
Yeah? You look pretty comfortable.
Good. And I'm using my own pillow. And I'm like just long enough for it.
Yeah. Apparently Hudson had some tall patients. if that bed is pretty good for you.
Exactly, yeah.
Sweet, all right.
It really is.
Awesome. Beautiful. Now that it's nighttime, we're not quite ready for dinner yet. We're walking the campus, taking some night photography. Can't really use our lights, but we're just gonna be taking some beautiful pictures of these buildings and the stars before it's dinner time. Amazing stuff. I'm so happy with the pictures I'm getting. If you guys want to see my photography, just check out my Instagram. Fucking rock with my ass. It is time for dinner. We're gonna keep it simple. Got a propane, isobutane. Oh no, it's too cold right now. I gotta warm it up.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it'll take a little bit. I just gotta hold it close to my body.
Yeah.
Okay, so after many hours of this stove not working and us worrying that we're not gonna have dinner tonight, it's finally working after hours of being between my legs in the sleeping bag. We have some warm water. So it's about midnight. It's been a really quiet night besides coyotes. We've been hearing coyotes all night. I didn't get it on camera here, but I got it on my phone. Coyotes.
Full moon, baby.
Full moon tonight. Coyotes are out.
That's in the woods where we came in. Oh. Dude, that's really close. That's like my south wing.
You want to get something to barricade the...
Yeah.
So that's new. We've barricaded the door so no coyotes come up here. I'm making some ramen. After this, it's bedtime. And then we're gonna explore some in the morning. Here's the barricade we set up here. Just took a piece of plywood and pushed it against the fire escape, but it is... I'll shut the light off here. The only light you could see out there is the moon. We got it pretty nice. How you doing, Luca? You look pretty you look pretty mummified.
Yeah. No, I'm comfortable. I'm enjoying this.
Good. You like
I'm
the
looking forward to the night.
You like the coyotes?
Yeah, that made me a little scared, but we'll be good.
Yeah.
We barricaded the door, like you said.
Yeah, we'll be good.
So
I don't know if we're gonna get a boil because I think the gas canister kind of leaked a little bit. But we got warm water. Not quite boiling. So, let's see how this goes. I'm so hungry at this point, I don't even care. It's literally midnight. We're walking around this whole place so much. Just want some food in my stomach. It's warm and it's food, so it works. Good morning. Slept probably about 4 hours, tossed and turned a lot, but we have a beautiful sunrise, just as we expected here. Yeah.
dude, look at that orange.
I know, the orange is beautiful over there. We're gonna wake up a little bit and we're gonna try to get some oatmeal in our bellies and just enjoy the sunrise. So it was a little bit of a cold night. Got down to probably about freezing point. Had a huge mistake last night. I let my isobutane camping canister freeze. So that was a really big deal. We couldn't have dinner until late. So I had to sleep with the gas canister in the sleeping bag. But I slept probably about 4 hours out of like 7.5. Pretty good. Not complaining. A little bit of back pain, but I'll stretch and I'll be fine. But we're gonna head to the roof now. As I'm waiting to go on the roof, I just noticed how old this Coca-Cola can is. This is straight from the 70s when this place shut down. You could tell by the top. Last time you guys saw this view, it was the sunset, and now we're here during sunrise. So we're gonna be admiring some of the architecture here today. Beautiful day, honestly. Take a look at the admin building. Again, from the roof up here. You could see how bad the collapses are. I mean, the whole roof is just deteriorating. But over here by me, it's good. So I'm just not gonna go over to those areas. One cool thing that I love about psychiatric centers that's unlike any other abandoned location is that these places were basically cities, self-sustained power plants. There's theaters, for entertainment. There's all sorts of things to do here. Water towers. They had farmlands back in the day. Patients would be on the farms working as occupational therapy. This place was a huge city. There's so many workshops. It's huge. There's just so many buildings here, and now it's nothing. It's just an entire Gothic city of abandoned asylum structure. It's just a unique environment that I know will not survive the new world. So just being here right now is special because places like this are mainly erased both from reality and the history books. So that's why we document this stuff here. So after a long morning, I think we got up around like 7:30. It's now like what, like almost maybe even 10.
It's almost
9:30. So we spent 2 hours wandering the property here, just taking some photos and boiling some water now. I think you're good for your oatmeal.
All right, cool.
Luca got some oatmeal. I got some oatmeal. Apple cinnamon. Something that'll be really well for a day like this. While I wait for my oatmeal to thicken up, I'm gonna boil another little pot of water here. I'm gonna make some hot chocolate. Not gonna lie, this is what life's all about. Experiencing the outdoors. You know, forget doing things that you see online, the touristy stuff. You could find so much beauty in things that are not advertised. And I'm having one of the best days and nights in a really long time, to be honest with you. So as we're waiting for stuff to cool down and other stuff to heat up, I want to go inside this room here that I kind of showed you last night, but it was so pitch dark you might have not been able to see much. And we got some really good lighting coming into the stained glass over here. These stained glass windows surrounded the entire property at one point, but being abandoned for about 40 years leads to vandals. Thankfully, some of these windows are in pristine condition or near pristine, but as far as the building, not so much, because I could see right down to the floor beneath. But I've explored here, I've walked on this. It's all pretty sturdy. You know, you still gotta be careful. Look at that stained glass light streak on the ground. That's beautiful. Gonna try to see as many rooms like this that we can today. Just admire all the beauty we can. All right, we got some boiled water there. Oh, fogged up the lens. At this point, we have some nice thick oatmeal. Time for my first bite. So good. I love my oatmeal with peanut butter and berries. So warming. All right, so the plan for today is we're gonna start in this wing. This is known as the female wing. We're gonna explore what we can here where we slept last night. Then I think we're gonna move out to explore some other buildings on the property. There's some staff houses that the nurses and the doctors would live on the property here. we'll pass by the power plant, and then we're gonna swing back around and explore the male wing, which is 10 years older than this one. And you'll see by the architecture, it's a lot more Gothic. So it'll be a fun day. We're gonna take all of our stuff and we're gonna go hide it somewhere. So I think I know a good hiding spot for our stuff. I mean, this is a pretty dangerous place, so it's not likely that people do show up. But on the off chance they do, we're gonna be, you can see this collapsed hallway. I'll walk a little bit towards the edge, and you just see the levels of decay here. If you look down, you could see the floor beneath and the basement. And then when you look up, you see the floor above us just collapsing as well. This will be a pretty good hiding spot. I think I'm gonna hide it in one of these lockers. Locker 193. And there's a lot of lockers over here. Could have been either for patients, for their belongings, or nurses. Probably most likely nurses. And you could see a little bit of the stained glass up there in the corner. And here's another room with stained glass. Beautiful. You can see the floor beneath too. Just terrible floors. Horrible, actually. You can see a little bit of the stained glass from the floor beneath even, from that collapse, but we're gonna keep moving on. See what's behind this door. Whew. That's a pretty far drop. That goes right to the basement. There's even lockers down there. Okay, now we're gonna head down to the second floor.
There's actually a beam right there.
Okay, so we're safe to walk in the middle because of that. Yeah, this is the floor beneath where we camped out. You know, very similar to the one above. This section just has beautiful baby blue paint everywhere, you know, pretty common Asylum color back then. And of course we got some of these stained windows. So in this little side recreational room, Luca pointed this out. You have these drawings of horses, probably from former patients, you know, most likely, definitely. But they're pretty well done imagery. Still hanging up here despite peeling off the wall some. I love finding these old little pieces of who was actually staying in here back then. And even behind some of the paint on the wall that is chipping, you could see the original stenciling right behind it revealing itself. Those are the original little details this building had when it first opened, I'm sure, or at least some of the earliest. And they painted over blue, tan, white, and even in some areas, all that plaster and paint just completely removing itself, exposing the brick. It's just, I'm thankful to see little pieces of the past, like the stenciling here. You wouldn't really notice it unless you're paying attention. Now we've just warped to the first floor where things are very warped, including the floor, and you could see this whole row of windows and door just floating. But we're gonna take a look here at this little medical tub. I think this is a hydrotherapy tub here. It does show the temperature here, and it gets really hot. It can go up to 150 degrees in this tank. And of course you guys have heard about asylums using hydrotherapy for therapy, but as well as torture, really, you know, for unruly patients. So it's possible that people were in this tub with it cranked up to 150. Pretty intense. Got an old patient slipper left behind on the floor, all dusty.
Also a salon chair right there.
Oh yeah, I see
Or
the
part of one.
I see the headpiece for the salon chair. Yeah, that's old. So much stuff in here. You can see the mattresses from all the patients. They just threw all the supplies into one room, and the whole place is just collapsing because of it. All that weight. Just so many mattresses and everything. Beds. Look at that. I mean, these could be beds that were up there on that floor, and then when that collapsed, they just ended up down here. Just crazy. All these beds could have been reused. I mean, they're just frames and everything, but hospitals always need stuff, you know? I opened up this old cabinet. Look at all the calcified spiders in here. They're all just completely white.
Wait, what?
There's so many in there. And then I saw this little popsicle stick arts and crafts thing in here. That's pretty cool. I love finding like old patient stuff. But those calcified spiders, that's crazy. I found some old checkers in here. You could just think about all the board games the patients would be playing, cards and such. It's just crazy to see the stuff left behind. I'm touching the same pieces the patients were all those years ago. The old cash register over here. It's so heavy. It's destroyed though. Alright, we're gonna leave this room as despite it being very cool because we just keep hearing the ceiling collapse in different areas, so safety first. What do we have on the fire mantle?
We have some stockings.
Oh my god.
Not in bad shape either.
No, I can't believe they're just sitting there. It's pretty dusty,
Sitting
but
there, yeah.
I bet these were handmade too, maybe even. I don't know. It's possible. I mean, they always try to have activities for the patients.
True, because the sewing room is actually right down the hallway. That was the sewing room.
Yeah, look, there's even a remnant of an H. Maybe it said Happy Holidays over this mantle or something. So this floor that we're in now is just covered in these psychiatric research books. Look at that. These are all quarterly or annual reports about psychiatric research. This is from the 60s, and inside we have advertisements for different medications. Takes 5 milligrams of the most widely sold agent to control drug-induced extrapyramidal reactions. Yeah, just this stuff is so cool to look at. I mean, all these are from the 60s, the 50s. All these advertisements for medication is just making me think that I need medication. Like, these are nightmarish images to put in here. Like, what is that? That's the actual page. They made it like this, like blood. When they are highly disturbed, prompt effective control with fewer drug-induced complications. Terictin. So crazy. I'm sure most of these medications probably aren't even given out these days, probably for some averse reason. This is for a tranquilizer. It's pretty intense stuff. Among the potent psychotherapeutic agents indicated for emergency use, Sparin. Sparin quickly calms the acutely psychotic patient, effectively curbing aggressiveness, belligerence, fear, severe hyperactivity, and irrational behavior. And I'm sure at the same time it probably made them zombies. They make it look so nice. You could see the original tile on the floor. Check that out. laid out over 100 years ago. Love that. This hallway is really grimy. Wow. We have some more Christmas decorations here. We could assume the place probably was abandoned, you know, permanently during Christmas. Yeah, we got some little fake trees over there. It's so hard to look at this piece because there's just imminent danger everywhere. But there is a whole wall of patient art here, still left behind. I appreciate this stuff so much. Still left behind. Just like a collage of different fabrics and pictures and stuff. Luca over there trying to get the shot.
The things I do for photos are really
I
not
know, look at
smart.
that.
I'm trying to be careful.
Honestly, this place looks worse than it actually is on occasion. The bones of this building are relatively good, at least in some areas. So this was a employee-only hallway here because this leads right to the little workshop. They do repairs and such here. Like I said last night, this was a full campus. They did everything here. They made furniture, they repaired furniture. Patients usually worked here in the shops if they were capable. It was really beautiful. Got these old seats made out of straw. Probably made in the shop here. I mean, it's capable. More little chairs and a shirt. So Luca informed me that this was actually the sewing room, and that explains it because that room we saw the collage in was most likely arts and crafts. So over here was the place where patients were doing a little bit of occupational therapy. And as you could see, we have these fabrics everywhere that just tell us that this place was a sewing room. And this storage unit here also has more fabrics laid across. Now we just entered the cafeteria and kitchen, of course, equipped with stained glass. Both sides. Got a table and some dinner trays. I wonder what was on the menu. Got an old wheelchair left behind. Only one we've seen so far, surprisingly. Yeah, we still have some of the lunch tables still left behind. Kids smashed a majority of them, but this is what their kitchen situation was looking like here. I wish we could find a menu. That would be really cool. Looks like they'd have a little bit of options though every day. So I don't know if I found a menu per se, but it's like a receipt list. We got 2 bars of soap, powder something, Comet. Oh, these are all cleaning products, but here you see ice cream. The top of this page is destroyed, so I don't know what this really was documenting, but just trying to look for a menu. I just can't find it. That radiator just hanging on by a thread. Surprised we haven't heard any collapsing while we've been here for nearly 24 hours now. So this used to be a bathroom. And as you can see, the floor is gone, but that sink is holding on to dear life. You could see that nature finds a way. It's kind of beautiful. This is why I love visiting abandoned places, watching Mother Nature take over man-made items. There's something really blissful, peaceful, and beautiful about it. Even though underlying it all, it is pretty dark. But life always does find a way. Here within all the destruction, you could see right down the middle. It said, "Welcome to something." I don't know what it says. But it used to be there. Which is kind of cool to still see things hanging up. Wow. Check out that old clawfoot tub back there, just rotting away. Got the entire building coming down on us above. Wow. Now we just found ourselves in the basement. We're moving to a different side of the building. This used to be a kitchen area or storage. Look at all the trays for the patients. They look brand new just sitting down here. You got the bowls too. We got one right there. But yeah, we're moving right along. Crazy amount of natural light and moss on the bricks here. And this boiler room is really decayed. This must have just been used as a storehouse because we have many different things in here that don't really relate to each other. We have like an elliptical physical therapy machine. We have a sewing machine. We also have a gyno chair left behind. Yeah, this was just like a maintenance shop slash a storage place. Maybe even for repair, like a repair place. Because you got the sewing machine here. You got an opened television. Got typewriters. And they're all opened. So it makes me feel like they were trying to fix them. Still exploring the storage buildings here. Got this enormous room, beautiful. And check out this. We have a desk of old telephones, an IBM monitor. Let's see how good this keyboard sounds. A little jam, but you got the idea there. Check out all these medical phones left behind here. This is so cool. They just had them here wrapped up in storage. Wow. And you got the nurse's button. I found this stamp machine, like a press. It's got the key in it, so I opened it. You could see the last date this was used. It says 1992, August 1st. Now we're walking away from the main hospital buildings and we're kind of in an abandoned neighborhood. These were all homes that were built for doctors that lived on the campus here. They needed to live on the campus because emergencies can happen at any time, especially in a psychiatric unit. So we have two houses, one back there, one here. These are completely collapsed, can't go inside of them. Just wanted to give you guys a look. But we have a staff nurses building there that we are going to be going inside of. These houses are destroyed. They look like they were once really nice though. Couple sheds in the back. They must have stopped using these houses way before the rest of the place closed. Okay, so this is one of the nurses' quarters. They'd have separate apartments, like about 3 or 4 in here, so many nurses could live on the campus as well. Both for occupation, and I'm sure they did some nurse training here as well, so this was kind of like school. Wow. I love the built-in cabinets here.
All right.
This is a nice like reading room up here, like a study. That's cool. Not really much furniture or items left behind in the nurses' quarters, but we're just getting a good feel of the architecture here. This was the kitchen. You can imagine the table underneath. And this is the pantry. All the built-in cabinets. The little wallpaper inside the drawers. I love this stuff. Yeah, pretty simple. Missing the appliances. Okay, we just entered another nurse's quarters. This one is pretty interesting. We have some furniture left behind. Wow, tons of furniture left behind.
Really?
It's also beautiful too. Look at the details. Pretty small kitchen, but this stove oven is enormous. This is the only appliance they had. Oven over here. I don't know what this would be. Hot point. I think this is a built-in warmer, so when your food's ready, you could just put it in there. Really nice mid-century stove though. Oh, wow. Still so furnished. Look at that. Got 2 beds in one room. Somebody was roommating over here. Wow. I really wonder how old all this furniture is. It looks like it was reused, like generational. Look at this. This is like the seance room or something. I love all the built-in cabinets. That's built in right there. Nice closet. Let's see if this lifts up. Oh no, it doesn't. It's just like a seat. I just found a birthday card in that closet. Wow, it's really stuck, but there's actually nothing in it, just completely blank. Just walked to another building here. This one is way newer, built in like the 50s maybe. This is a storage building. Apparently it has a lot left behind in here. Got some mattresses.
This building is packed with stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's packed.
Yeah, so much different from the other. You could see the newer hospital tiles. At least not newer now, but newer than the 1800 buildings we were exploring. I'm imagining like most psychiatric centers, when patients get to their facility, they give them a goodie bag. And here you could see leisure slippers. So this is one of the little goodies you get when coming to the psychiatric center. So this building was used as a cleaners pretty much. You have a bunch of clothes left behind. I mean, they look new, or clean rather. Nightgowns, never mind, they're not clean. You can see the layer of dust on them. Wow. Yeah, and check this out. They had a full-blown cleaner in here. There's still receipt paper in here. Dresses, I don't know, anklets, aprons, bathrobes, belt, bibs, blouse, blue jeans, boots, brassieres, briefs. Just a overall list of what the patients would need, I guess. You could see the last time this storehouse was used was the 92, 93 calendar year. You know, this building's obviously newer, and there were modern buildings here on this campus, not just the old ones we've explored today. And those buildings were open until 96. So that's when the whole entire psychiatric center closed down. Pretty cool though, I love these old little machines. Guys, we just found a car. We just walked into the garage and we found a Jeep. Why the heck is this? A Power Wheel here. Who is riding this around the psychiatric center?
That's funny.
We've just entered the power plant here. It's a lot in here. Mainly a bunch of pipes. It was a steam plant, so that's how they got all their energy. It's probably the control room back there. Yeah, this is pretty much the center controls here. Shows you the boiler number 3, boiler number 2, boiler number 1. These stairs are so steep, it's like climbing a ladder. Love that. Just made it to a large room here. So leaving the power plant, you can see this old bus stop. And we're making our way around. We just got to the children's building here on the campus. This is pretty messed up. As you can see, the roof is just gone. Looks like there was a fire here. But yeah, they had both patients, adult and adolescent, at this center. immediately, we have an anti-suicide staircase. This prevents the children from potentially hurting themselves. All these file cabinets all so rusted. Now this is an old refrigerator. Don't even know what brand it is. It's pretty creepy. Just a room filled with chairs. All empty now. Look at this. It's like a meeting room. This building's pretty destroyed though. Got a bunch of tables. Other than the chairs, we have a bunch of typewriters left behind. 1, 2, 3. Got a room with some toys and a crib. A baby's crib left behind. This was the children's building. Just surreal to see it. You gotta think of who that adult is today. You know, I wonder how they are.
Be really careful.
Wow.
No roof.
Yeah, there is no roof above us. That's what's on the stairs right now. Wow. Yeah, apparently there was a fire here 10 years ago, and that's what did all this damage. Wow. This is so cool. Look at all the trees just growing. Pretty cool to see a building like this just turn into like a little greenhouse. And one day these trees are going to be big. That is if the building's still here by then. I saw a storage room here. Oh my god, there's so many thorns. But look at this. Ew. Look at that. Little baby's toy. Still here. Not much left behind, but a really interesting building. Haven't really seen one like this. Really decayed. And just so much life growing in here. There's an old General Electric refrigerator there. I love that old logo. This building is so post-apocalyptic. Just all the rust and everything in here. It's honestly beautiful. That's a lot of rust everywhere. All the cabinets are just destroyed. Now we went to the back of the children's section of the psychiatric center because there is a abandoned playground left behind, and I just got to see it. Yeah, here's the slide. It's one of those slides that get so hot in the summer. I remember burning my behind on some of these back in the day. All right, let's see what is left behind in this very overgrown playground. We got some more swings this way. It's kind of hard to see anything in here. It's so overgrown. Oh yeah, there's a volleyball on the ground. A couple of balls, one of them's deflated. We got some toys out here. Look at this, we got Winnie the Pooh. Oh, okay, oops. I didn't expect that to happen. But you got Winnie the Pooh and his barrel of honey, now covered in mud. Don't have any swings left behind. But that's pretty much it. Got a little gazebo right there for kids, but creepy. We've just entered the morgue. And here we are. The last stop for the patients that visited here. We have a 6-slab morgue. So no more than 6 bodies. Oh, I lied. There's 6 on this side, and on the other side there's 6 more. So they could have max 12 bodies here in this morgue. No more doors left, sadly. The wooden doors, people probably took them. But we still got the rolly trays. Still got these. Yeah, here's the other side of the morgue. And on this side is basically a laboratory. Got plenty of different stuff for the undead. Or just the dead, not the undead, excuse me. Got a draining table here. It's a small one. Here's the blood collection stand, at least. You put the blood samples in there. You still got some of the caps. An autoclave. Clean all medical instruments. It's another laboratory. Pretty cool. Not much really left behind, but I just enjoy being in here. Got a refrigerator in the lab. That's where they kept some samples, I'm sure. Maybe even some body parts, who knows? Even though we can't see what was once in here, we have a indication. They were looking at some stuff under microscopes. Got a slider, glass covers. We do got some machines left, but I have no idea what this stuff does. I don't even see names. Despite the pretty bad graffiti in this laboratory, it's a pretty beautiful one. It's rare that I've been inside of a laboratory that also has tin ceilings. So that's a really nice touch. I almost missed this. In the corner of the laboratory, we have a dumbwaiter. I guess this would go down to the morgue and they'd, up and down with samples to the laboratory. I've never seen a dumbwaiter in a hospital setting. And this one takes a skeleton key too to open it. That's really cool. All right, we are all packed up. Thankfully, the gear was in the locker still. And yeah, we're gonna be walking to the south side of the campus. We're gonna be checking out a little bit of that side. Like I said earlier in the video, if you remember, even though it was a long time ago, that part of the building is about nearly 10 years or so older than this side. So the architecture is a little different. Things are looking a little bit more Gothic and a little bit older. So we're gonna be checking out that side. That one's the male side, right?
Yeah, male
Okay,
ward.
the male ward. This one we explored was the female. So let's go check it out. There she is, the admin building in the middle. On the left, we have the south wing, which was sadly on fire in the 1990s. That's the reason it has no roof. And most of it is collapsed. And over here on the right, that's where we were most of the day, the female wing. So it's been really beautiful staying here for the last 24 hours. All right, everybody, now we're on the south wing of the campus. We're just getting a little bit of a view of the exterior. And one thing that's worth saying about this building is it was a victim of fire many decades ago. So the floors, as you're gonna see, are horrible. Like, there's nothing. You can see a piece of a gurney somebody's using as a walkway, but you could look up here and you could see all the way through the roof. I mean, if you could see that, that's crazy. There's just a door halfway ajar up there, just floating. And we just have a mess of lumber, rusted metal, craziness here. Look at this room. That's crazy. The floor is just non-existent. So we're gonna tiptoe on this area and just try to see what we can here. Okay, so we're gonna try navigating the madness here. Try not to die. A lot of these doors and such have been put on the ground for navigation purposes. It's an old shower. You could tell there was a shower right there. Got really nice tiles on the ground. Take a look in there, you could see a lot of the stained glass intact. I'm gonna walk up this wood here. A lot of the wood is semi-stable. I just want to get a better view of this stained glass. It's so lovely seeing the colors still here and not destroyed by vandals and such. Whew, okay, we're at the top. Nice. Yeah, you see a little bit of the stained glass here, even there's boards on the windows, you can barely make it out. But these little touches they made here is what made this psychiatric center different from others, using methods of natural light, high ceilings, and no contained spaces. Because think about it, if you're manic and depressive and they put you in a straitjacket in a tiny room, I mean, that can only make things worse. This is exactly what people need who have mental problems, or temporary or permanent. They just need time, space, patience, and nature. And that's everything this place did. So despite it being abandoned for nearly 60 years at this point, we still have a little bit of the beauty left behind. Chris made a great comment. These are just ruins of a semi-modern world we live in. I mean, these buildings are only built 1871. These are just, 2 or 3 lifetimes. Yet we look around and they're just ruins of a forgotten time. So much has changed about the world since these buildings have just even been abandoned since the 1970s. It's just kind of remarkable to look at these structures just similarly how we look at like ancient Greece. The same type of energy. Just crazy what time does to a place. You could see the many levels of arches that were just a connecting hallway here. It's so hard to navigate over the years. We have thorns, all these bamboo-like branches, and you know, the bricks, which are kind of icy. So it's really hard to navigate this place, but it is not one of those places you actually want to go inside. So I climbed up a really sketchy fireplace that kind of didn't really have steps. Didn't really record it, needed both my hands. But I made it onto the top floor of the male wing. And as you can see, I mean, we even have trees growing on the roof here. Just gonna take a safe look down. Yep. This is the reality of the male wing here. Pretty destroyed. On another patient porch, just admiring the wing over here. I was gonna show you guys a little bit of fire damage you still have left here. You have the shards of this, you know, almost 200-year-old lumber. Just sad what happened to this building. You know, you gotta think about how much stuff was destroyed in the fire, medical supplies and stuff, artifacts of the past, because all the other buildings had so much left behind. So I just climbed into this little window here. Chris is about to join me, but I'm in a section of the collapsed wing that is actually pretty stable. And then I walked around this corner and I saw this. Look at all these colorful chairs lined up next to that window there. Look how beautiful that is. It's like picture perfect. It's like the patients just left and the room has stayed still for 60 years. These are just the regular seats they would issue in hospitals and psychiatric centers at the time. Just love the colors and the look. Alright everybody, that's gonna do it. Very long video. Did the overnight camp, checked out the female wing, checked out the male wing, and everything in between. Huge, beautiful campus, seriously built like a castle that dates back all the way to the 1870s, pretty much Civil War era. What a difference life was back then to what it is now. Walking and spending 24 hours here has felt like jumping back in the past, and honestly, it's exactly what I needed. The adrenaline, the excitement, the curiosity, all whilst looking at this beautiful building. Amazing. I actually had to visit this place 2 times, so this is my second overnight that I did with Chris. The first one was at Luca, and you know, I just couldn't see as much as I could in this center in just one visit. So this is my 48th hour on this property. Couldn't ask for anything more. If you guys enjoyed the video, give a thumbs up. Shout out to everybody that stayed to the end. If you stayed to the end, put the word pizza down in the comments just to let me know. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.